hi, welcome. My name is Sarah and this is Wicked Reading. So today I'm going to talk about books that I think are going to be 5-star books for me. So these are 5-star book predictions. I have 5 books to show you guys. I wanted to keep it kind of short and limit it to 5 books just because I want to do a follow-up video as soon as possible to let you guys know and see how many of these books actually ended up being 5 stars for me. And I didn't want to put too many books on and not be able to do an update for like a year from now. So I wanted to limit it to 5 books. So I have 5 books to share with you guys that I think and hope will be 5 stars. So let's jump right into it. So first up, this book is probably the one I'm most excited about. I am convinced is going to be the book written for me, and it's going to be 5 stars without a doubt, like easy 5 stars. So I really hope it is because I am just going in hyped up for it, and that is One Dark Window by Rachel Gilling. Now, I've heard a few people talk about this and really enjoy it, and just the way people describe it sounds like a book that I'm gonna love. All I really know is it's gothic feeling. It has a lot of dark magic. There's an element where the main character, like it says, might be a monster. It says Elsbeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. So I don't know. I don't really know what it is, but just the way people talk about it, I just think I'm gonna really, really like it. And like the cover's beautiful, so that's a bonus. There is also, I think, a romance element to it, which I'm into. I think it's going to be more so enemies to lovers, but I'm gonna read the blurbs for it because the synopsis doesn't sound like amazing, to be totally honest. Like it sounds cool and interesting, but mostly the blurbs of it and just people's kind of keywords about it have drawn me into it. So the blurbs on the back says, pulse pounding, darkly whimsical, and aglow with treacherous magic. One Dark Window is everything I love in fantasy and more. And then the other one says, a beautifully dark fairy tale of blood, rage, and bitter choice that whisked me away to a mist-wreathed woods ripe with romance and menace. Wow, that's a blurb and a half. So I didn't even realize that there was a dark fairy tale element to it, so now I'm even more excited. I have really good vibes from this. I think it's gonna be 5 stars, and I'm really excited to get into it very soon. Next on my list, I have Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant. So this is a sea-based horror, which I haven't really read any sea-based horror yet, and I am just super excited. I have read like a kind of like a coastal based horror, but this one is like in the sea. It talks about mythical sea creatures, and it's based on this voyage that happened where they were going to film a mockumentary bringing to life ancient sea creatures of legends. And then after that happened, the ship that was going on that voyage was lost at sea. A bunch of people say it was either like a hoax or a tragedy. And I think it's like 7 years later, they end up going back to this area. People obviously have different motives, either to confirm it's a hoax or find answers or whatever. But we have a character who is going because her sister was on that original voyage and she wants to find her sister. So I don't know, it just sounds really good. The blurbs say it's a claustrophobic, deep sea terror tale that will leave readers glad to be safely on dry land. The keyword there for me is claustrophobic. The claustrophobic aspect really works for me. Grant's skillfully crafted story combines science, horror, and mystery into a gripping novel of terror on the sea. So yes, I think that this is gonna be a 5 star. I'm looking very forward to it, and we shall see. So next up I have Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. So this is the sequel to Mongolia Parks, and I read that a few months ago now. I think technically last year, maybe December or January, I don't remember. But I read that, and that was an easy 5 stars for me. It is a romance novel, but it is a very toxic romance novel. Think Gossip Girl, but in the UK. We are following these socialites, these very wealthy people, kids, young adults, whatever, and their friend group, and they kind of all like date within their friend group. So this one is following Daisy Hates and her relationship with Christian. She also has a brother named Julian, and these particular families in here, like Daisy, Julian, and Christian, their families are involved in somewhat unsavory ways of having come across their wealth. I think there's going to be a little bit more of a kind of criminal aspect to this, which I'm very excited for. Again, I loved Magnolia Parks, and I think that this is just gonna really, really do it for me. This one is probably going to be my next read, I'm thinking, once I finish the book I'm currently reading. So I will know very soon if this is gonna be a true 5-star for me, but I have good feelings about it and I'm super excited. Next up, I have Cackle by Rachel Harrison. So the reason this is on my list is more so I'm hoping it's a 5-star. I've read one other book by Rachel Harrison, and that was Such Sharp Teeth, and that was a 5-star for me. I absolutely loved it. I love Rachel Harrison's writing style. It's very funny and tongue-in-cheek, and I had such a good time with Such Sharp Teeth that I'm really hoping that this is also a 5-star. In this book, we are following, what's our main character's name? Annie. And Annie has recently gone through a breakup and decides to move, and she meets a girl named Sophie. They kind of like become friends, and Sophie really pushes her to do what she wants with her life and really invokes this new type of attitude for Annie to have. But then Annie starts to realize that the townspeople are kind of a little timid or shy away from Sophie, and she thinks that she might actually be a witch. So yeah, it's very kind of like soft horror, funny horror. That's how Such Sharp Teeth was, so that's what I'm expecting with this. But again, I just really like her writing style. It's very funny, and I enjoyed the other one so much, and I'm really hoping that this is also 5 stars. I'm thinking I might put this off until maybe like November time, when it's more, you know, fall, autumn, witchy vibes going on. So expect this to be read around that time. So last on my list, this is another sequel, and it is Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. So in the first book, Daughter of No Worlds, we are following our main character Tisana, and she is trying to escape slavery and get back at her masters and this political environment that allows slavery, and there's magic and fantasy and romance involved. So this is a sequel to that. The first book I gave 4 stars, I believe, too. So it was good. There is definitely some things I wasn't like in love with, but I heard that this one gets so much better. So because the last one was 4 stars, I'm hoping that this one is bumped up to 5 stars. I'm mostly going off of the general consensus that the second book is actually better, but we'll see. I'm excited. I don't know when I'm gonna get to this one, to be totally honest. I'm thinking I might not get to this one till also around November, but we'll see. If again, I am nothing if not a mood reader, so who knows what's gonna happen in the next few months, but I'm thinking this one might be more so towards the end of the year. Just this is probably the one on my list that I am least excited to get to. Not that I'm not excited to get to it. I'm obviously excited to get to all 5 of these books, but this is definitely the one that's kind of like in the 5th place of tiering them. I kind of actually probably went in order of how excited I am for them unintentionally. So these are all the books that I am hoping are going to be 5-star reads. Let me know what books you have read of that list, or if you are planning on reading any of those, what star rating you gave it. I would love to know. We're all so different and so unique, so of course we're gonna have very different reading experiences, and nobody's reading experience is invalid at all. These I am hoping are 5 stars for me. Every book I read I hope is a 5-star for me. These give me good vibes, and I think that they're gonna be up there for me, hopefully. Cross your fingers. So that is everything for me today. That was probably the fastest video I've ever done. I'm sure it's probably the shortest video on my page, but do not fret, because I have a reading vlog coming soon that it's going to be long. So if this was too fast for you, stay tuned. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any future content if you're interested in that. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like so that I know, and I will continue making videos like these in the future. And yeah, that's it from me. Thank you again so much for watching. I truly appreciate you spending some of your time with me while I talk about books, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.